What's up, everybody? Last night was UFC 248, and it was a pretty decent card. Pretty decent card. Had some good fights on there, and I just want to go over, kind of review it a little bit, and talk about what may be next for some of the fighters. On the main event of prelims, we had the return of the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley. He's been dealing with some USADA issues, which involve, like the drug testing and all that. And pretty much he's been suspended for the past 2 years, but it's been kind of controversial because it was similar to John Jones' situation not too long ago. Basically, I think he had like a tainted supplement that he took. It wasn't like he was just pumping up like steroids or anything like that. And I mean, you could just kind of tell by like his body type, he ain't doing no. He's a pretty skinny, real lengthy dude. Not saying that people like that can't take, performance enhancers drugs, but it just seemed far-fetched. And with USADA kind of reinforcing that that's what it was just a weird situation to why he was out so long. He was scheduled so many times, and they kept taking him off the card. But he was finally back, and he showed out tonight. He fought Jose Alberto Quinones, and it's the bantamweight division, 135 pounds. And he got the knockout in like inside 2 minutes, man. He looked good. He looked slick. Was moving real well. Defense looked amazing. And I want to just see him step up in competition now. I want to see him fight somebody in the top 10 just to basically see how legit he is. I feel like he's going to be a perennial contender, though. I think his height, reach, and length will give him a big advantage over a lot of the guys. Excuse me. In bantamweight, because it's a low weight division, so guys are shorter, but he really looks more like a featherweight than anything, maybe even a lightweight, height and range wise. But he's a small dude, so he seemed to have no problem making the weight. But yeah, Sugar Sean O'Malley did his thing. That was great. And then as far as the main card went, we had Alex Oliveira picking up a win in a nasty dog fight over Max Griffin. That was pretty nasty. I mean, it was blood everywhere. I was kind of in and out watching it, didn't really score it, but it was definitely a close fight that could have went either way. It was real entertaining, and I just can't wait to see what's next for either of them. I'm gonna definitely be looking out for them now because apparently they come hard. They both tough dudes, and they just bring it. Neil Magny had a pretty good performance against Lee. Sorry if I butchered these names. Jing Gai Lang. And yeah, he kind of just controlled the fight the whole time. Neil Magny, he's been around for a while, but hey, if he keep racking up wins, I mean, he called out, excuse me, he called out Mike Chiesa after the fight. And I wouldn't mind seeing that. They both some pretty tall dudes in the welterweight division, real long. I like to see how their styles mix up against each other. And I think either one of them beat each other in the fight, they could get a pretty big top 5 fight after that, if that was to happen. We had Benelli Darius versus Drakkar Klose. These names. But yeah, another entertaining fight. They were just slugging it out, basically, for the first 2 rounds, and then round 2 is when it got really hectic. It looked like Drakkar was about to score the knockout because he had Benelli backing up hard. So I'm like, oh yeah, but he left himself open, got caught with a mean one, and then Benelli just leveled him with a straight, I think it was a straight right, and his mouthpiece just came out. He just flew back to the ground. It looked like it was a slow motion, and you knew after that the the ref had to stop that fight. But yeah, so up to this point, pay-per-view really good, and then, man, the co-main event between Weili Zhang and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, bro. It's crazy, because before the fight at one of the press conferences, Joanna, she said this is going to be the greatest women's strawweight fight in history, and that's exactly what it was. Before that, I feel like it was Rose versus Joanna 2. They had a pretty close back and forth fight the second time they fought, but this fight even blew that out of the water. And it was wild because like right before This fight, they inducted John Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson into the Hall of Fame for one of the best fights of all times. And this one is definitely going right up in there with it because these girls were going crazy from round 1 to round 2, trading, slugging, knocking each other's faces back, spinning back fists in each other. Wei Lee was hitting Joanna so hard that her head, it literally looked like her brain was in her forehead. Like, just go look up how Joanna was looking after the fight. It really looked like her head was in her forehead. And it's crazy to me because, I mean, it was a close fight. I really don't have no problem with how it went. It was a split decision. Joanna was definitely landing more strikes, you know, from the leg kicks, body shots to head strikes. But Wei Lee definitely landed more head strikes. And, you know, they say the power difference was clear, which you can kind of say she was knocking Joanna back a lot. She was telling with the hits, but Joanna was landing some nasty hits too that it looked like Wei Lee Zhang was getting stunned by a lot of them. But, yeah, overall, just a ridiculous fight. Both of them warriors. They both deserve like a year off after that, man. And hopefully we get to see it again. Like, because, yeah, that was the best fight of all time. And then we had the main event between Israel Adesanya and Yoel Romero. And I'm just be honest, that fight was lame. It was garbage. Like, it really ain't much to say about it besides the fact that Israel won, and he did what he had to do as a champ. Yoel, I'm pretty disappointed in him because he didn't really come like he wanted to win a title. Especially, you know, you got the promoter saying it's your last shot at the belt. You got the fighter saying it's your last shot at the belt, the champion. I mean, I know you're talking about fighting till you're 52, and you probably very well can. I mean, he is a freak of nature, but still, man. It's like your fourth shot at the title, and you barely swing in the entire fight. And then Israel, I mean, sure, he didn't really do too much on the offensive either, but, I mean, he's the champ. He's just defending the belt. You have to take it from him. You can't go in there dilly-dallying, you know, and expect to just become champion because you threw a couple of overhand rights. That's not how it goes. So, overall, the pay-per-view was very good, really entertaining. Israel's probably going to fight Paula Acosta next, which Paula Acosta asked for July. Israel said that's straight. And Paulo Costa's the type of dude that's going to come forward the whole fight and try to bully you. Israel, one of the best counter punches in the game. So, hopefully that fight's way more entertaining than this one. And I'm looking forward to next month, Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson. So, hope y'all enjoyed the video. See y'all later.